You're not going to want to hear this, but one of the most important things that you need to learn to do when you're starting your healing journey with the Lord, healing trauma, healing the lies that we believe so that we align with the truth, is to understand and learn how to be aware of your window of tolerance. So this is something I learned in a book, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to drop it down below. But basically, your window of tolerance is the area you can be feeling an emotion without your prefrontal cortex going off. And your prefrontal cortex, it's like up here, is going to basically make you be an adult. Like, that's where your logic comes from, and your consciousness, and just like being able to think through things and stay calm. And if that goes off, you're gonna go into your amygdala, which is somewhere in like the center of like this area here, and it's really small. But your amygdala is basically your animal brain, so that's gonna focus on survival. It's gonna focus on fight or flight. So the biggest thing that would have saved me so much pain and so much confusion and a lot of panic attacks is to understand your window of tolerance. When you are processing emotions with the Lord, and when things are getting really overwhelming, or you're starting to notice like what the first thing you need to do is notice what are your body's signals that your prefrontal cortex is about to go out. So your heart may start racing, you may start getting spiraling thoughts and realize like, hey, if I'm not careful, I'm gonna go into a panic attack really soon. Your palms could get sweaty, you could become tense all over. You need to figure out and pay attention what those signs are. So that would be step 1. And step 2 is, once you notice that's happening, you need to take a step back. Like, it's really hard to do in the moment. It takes time and practice, and it's okay, and give yourself grace for the times you mess up. But like, if you can take a step back and learn to take a step back in those moments where you notice like your prefrontal cortex is going off and you're starting to get really panicky, or you're starting to get triggered when you're processing with the Lord about, your trauma and what's going on. The book said, like, if you can just like notice something around you, or you can use like the 5 senses, like, what are 5 things I'm seeing, what are 4 things I'm what are 4 things I can touch, what are 3 things I can hear, what are 2 things I can smell, what are 1 thing I can taste. And you go through that. Another thing she said, which actually really helps me, is to like find something beautiful, like, or find something really cute in your area where you're at, and just like kind of look at it and intentionally seek the beauty or cuteness or in like joy that comes out of it. Of like, oh wow, that is like such a pretty flower, like, ooh, what colors am I seeing, and ooh, what the texture, like, it's really soft. And being able to do that is going to help you go back into your prefrontal cortex and avoid going into your amygdala, having a panic attack, getting overwhelmed. This is really hard to do, so please give yourself a lot of grace. It took me so many years to learn this. I wish I'd known this before when I'd started my journey. Like I said, it would have saved me a lot of panic attacks. So I hope this can help you, and if you have any questions, drop them down below. But yeah, the Lord has got you, and the biggest thing for me about learning this tool was learning that it's okay to step back from the pain. Like, you don't have to be immersed in the pain to solve it all the time, because you're not actually going to be solving anything when you go into your amygdala. You're basically going to be like re-traumatizing yourself or re-hurting yourself, which is not healing in any way. So it's okay to take a step back, and even if those emotions are still painful, even if they aren't fully away, at least you're not like re-traumatizing yourself with like the flood of emotions that's gonna make you panic. So yes, that's my tip for today, and if you have any questions, drop them below.